Hello, my name is Kristen Moonjian, and I'm the Director of Home and Lifestyle. Today, I will be walking you through the furniture and lighting trends for Fall/Winter 2025-2026, highlighting key color, material usage, and aesthetic shifts. It aims to provide industry professionals with insights to stay ahead in the evolving market landscape. But before I get started, I want to quickly tell you a little bit about FS. FS is a creative futures agency that helps leading brands unlock innovation and deliver meaningful products and services. Through our global forecasting, advanced inspiration, and bespoke solutions, we empower our clients to unlock innovation and deliver meaningful products and services. You could always contact our team at hello@fashionsnoops.com with any questions you may have. With that, I'm going to jump right into the presentation, starting with the key drivers that are influencing the furniture category for Fall/Winter 25-26. In recent years, furniture design has shifted in a very interesting way as consumers look to blend traditional craftsmanship with modern aesthetics. The result is something that is very approachable for the everyday consumer. And consumers really need their furniture to last them many seasons or and many years due to a lot of the economical challenges that we have been facing recently as a society. Furniture is definitely a big purchase, so it has to have longevity and easily work in conjunction with a lot of your more fleeting trends. The appeal of this simplicity and this lasting value has definitely put emphasis on some of your more minimalistic designs. And even when we're looking at some more artisanally driven designs, they are a bit more refined than we've seen in the past seasons. So overall, minimalism is being approached in a variety of ways, from your crude minimalism to your futuristic minimalism, even to a bit of a more joyful minimalism, offering aesthetics that still maintain core principles of functionality and durability. Moving on to color, here we have the top 10 colors for furniture this season. As you can see right away, this palette offers a rich and layered interplay of warm and cool tones. At the heart of the palette is a variety of browns, each showcasing the natural beauty and texture of different types of wood tones. The warm, inviting hues of brown butter and honey glaze evoke the softness of caramel and honey, while your blazed brown brings a hint of toasted richness, grounding the overall palette. Greens really do take center stage as refreshing accents to your core palette, offering a vivid contrast to the earthy browns that we just showed. Cool mints add a serene touch, while emerald green injects a lush, vibrant energy to the palette. For added depth, subtle touches of red and black serve as sophisticated contrasts. Glazed cherry brings a deep, moody warmth, while soy sauce introduces a sleek, dark accent that heightens the overall aesthetic. Looking at some material and finish applications for this category, artisan techniques are definitely present, from the carved patterns to the wood inlays. Burl wood is also making a comeback as a statement wood choice for some accent furniture pieces. Gold leaf finishes are also brushed onto wood grains to add an element of glam to some of your pieces as well. We are certainly seeing a plethora of different finishing techniques throughout this design shift, from your powder-coated steels that offer a beautiful milky finish for furniture that really help to soften up the industrial feel of metals. Iridescent finishes also provide an update to stark materials such as your metals and enhancing that overall futuristic feel. Then we have frosted transparency, which is a major trend for furniture design this season, utilizing resins, acrylics, and glass as your main materials here. And lastly, we have lacquered finishes that provide an ultra glossy shine to pieces. You'll notice throughout this entire presentation that lacquered finishes are definitely gaining popularity, and we're going to continue to see them in upcoming seasons as a very big finish for furniture as well as other categories. Now let's walk through the key drivers that are influencing the lighting category. Growing interest in and understanding of neuroaesthetics has given rise to ambient lighting trends. Neuroaesthetics is an area of study that explores the effect that colors, lighting, textures, sound, and how the shapes of rooms can have on our sense of well-being. In simple terms, neuroaesthetics explores the effect that beauty and art have on the human brain and our sense of well-being. In the realm of lighting design, light's ability to create immersive experiences is harnessed through mood-altering ambient lighting options, from candlelit options to color-changing bulbs. The possibilities are really endless here. From a color perspective on lighting, the palette features a well-balanced array of hues to both restore and inspire. The refined assortment is grounded by rich golden, chocolate, and charcoal pigments with an earthy elegance that harks back to ancestral beginnings. Milky white, calming gray, and pastel citrus tints uplift to evoke a warm futurism here. Muted scarlet red and playful periwinkle enliven and enrich the palette to create nuanced pairings that blend past and future. The materials and finishes for lighting blends artisan techniques with classic options. From yakisugi techniques to ceramic swirls, lighting bases become a piece of artwork in the home and bring texture to the forefront. Traditional materials such as brass or your powder-coated steels promote longevity and a timeless appeal for lighting. When looking at options for lampshades and bulbs, consumers are gravitating towards textured glass, frosted silicone, and linen blends. A futuristic speckling also comes into play here, which is a very interesting update for this season. Here we have an index of the 5 different home shifts that we will be discussing today and how they relate to both furniture and lighting markets. The first shift we will be walking through is called Cultivate, so let's get into it. Cultivate honors the traditional heritage of handcrafted goods, from the artisan hands that made them to the rich spaces that showcase their beauty. Through folkloric construction techniques utilizing natural materials, the stories of ancient cultures are told for new generations to cherish and make their own. An infusion of modernity through clean lines and abstracted forms gives a nuanced take on tradition for personal curation. Above all, respect to people and the planet is at the heart of this entire season. Honoring the knowledge of ancient peoples by partnering with and learning from Indigenous artists continues time-honored traditions for new generations to cherish. The utilization of these traditional techniques to create goods celebrates the value of artistic trades. Consumers are really seeking uniquely crafted items that tell an honest story from the hands that made them. And these uniquely crafted goods have this authentic quality to them and feel one of a kind, which consumers are absolutely gravitating towards in coming seasons. Now, from a furniture perspective, this theme elevates artisanal craft to an art form that honors ancient traditions. By weaving together sacred symbology, material diversity, and organic textures, this approach to furniture offers a connection to heritage. From carved relief techniques to porous surfaces and natural wovens, this theme truly celebrates the beautiful textures and organic sensibilities that are found in nature without compromising the artisanal qualities that we're loving. Traditional shapes and silhouettes are also rethought for this modern consumer, bringing a slight edge to some of your more traditional or time-honored pieces. They just have a little bit of an updated flair that brings them to the modern arena. Storytelling is also at the heart of this shift, even turning to upholstery fabrications as a canvas for this narrative. We are ultimately going back to our roots, looking towards indigenous wisdom as our guide for both basket weave techniques and ornamental styling. The traditional heritage of ancient cultures is honored through a lot of your artisanal lighting features as well. Natural materials like wood and ceramic clay become a canvas for intricate carving, painterly detailing, and elemental distressing. Folkloric techniques like basket weaves showcase time-honored craft for a new generation. Overall, the lighting feels rooted in history, but modern enough for today's consumer. Now, on the previous page, we showcased a tightly woven lampshade design, but we're also seeing these loosely woven techniques as well, especially for things such as chandeliers or pendant lights. It has a lot more of a carefree and organic appeal that is much less structured than the other variations. Another big trend for lamp bases are these stone inlay techniques. It feels both artisanally driven and natural, with the use of these beautiful untreated stones in a mix of varieties. Lastly, we have carved bases that reveal variations in color of materials such as clay. It just possesses a beautiful relief design and texture as well. Our next shift is called Merit. In a revival of classic styling, dark woods and indulgent textures ground the space, while Baroque-era grandeur moves the needle from pure utility to utter opulence. The decadence is in the intentional details here. Lavish textures, bezeled jewel accents, warm colorways, and lacquered finishes create both a visual and tactile experience. The heritage revival continues to influence home and lifestyle markets as consumers look for ways to connect cultural influences with their purchasing decisions. Consumers really want to feel a connection to the items that they're purchasing, and that's why they're gravitating towards some more of these heritage-driven designs. Bold colors, embellishments, and unexpected shapes update these classic shapes to include an element of surprise. While gold hardware still remains very heavily in the mix, we're also seeing a push towards chrome castings. Consumers are having a lot of fun with the mix and match of metals here, especially for furniture and lighting design. A sultry aesthetic is showcased here for furniture design. Elevated pieces that are both sculptural and functional are represented through the use of beam-like shapes and pedestal structures. Reflective finishes add a sophisticated sheen, capturing and refracting light in unexpected ways, while repetitive carvings subtly adorn the surfaces, their flowing forms offering an introspective yet visual experience. A heavy Baroque influence is coming through, as you could see here on this bench, with a beautiful crafted and interesting base. And to accompany the Baroque influence, we're also seeing a range of bezel-set stones come through, often taking inspiration from jewelry design. As consumers continue to indulge in the little luxuries and celebrate everyday life, we're also seeing the revival of the liquor cabinet emerge. And these ultra sleek designs house everything you need to serve up a delicious drink for guests. Lastly, we have irregular configurations, which kind of goes hand in hand with the bean-like shapes from the previous page. But simply changing up the way in which you attach your bases or your legs completely transform a piece and add a little bit of interest to otherwise simple accent pieces. For lighting, in a celebration of decadent details and beautiful construction, each object is a work of art to be savored in regards to lighting design. Metallic accents in gold finishes take center stage for lighting, along with other elegant, reflective materials like glass. We could also incorporate the use of chrome finishes here as well. Sculpted and ruffled features create visual drama and heighten the sensorial experience throughout this entire narrative, and ultimately a return to classic styling meets novel shapes and an air of grandeur. The lighting throughout is ultra sophisticated and timeless, as you could see, and glass is used as a key material component, from swirled glass globes to blown and twisted chandelier options that exude opulence. The possibilities are endless in this arena. Visceral lighting also offers a reprieve from the harshness of overhead lighting, dimly illuminating a space. And this is very key as consumers are really looking to neuroaesthetics as a guide for lighting. Lastly, an amorphous shape plays into future-facing aesthetics while still remaining elegant and sophisticated. Our third shift today is called repose, which invites a renewal of the mind through thoughtful curation. Each piece beautifully balances form and function, where whimsical nuance gives personal meaning to minimalist aesthetics. Juxtapositions in material, color, and texture play alongside skewed proportions for subtle impact. Long gone are the days of sterile minimalism. Instead, we are celebrating a warmer, softer approach to this aesthetic. Here, objects are designed to last without compromising those very special details that make a piece feel unique and authentic. As conversations of quiet luxury continue to evolve, we are also seeing a shift towards items that have cross-seasonal versatility and promote longevity. And as a result, seasonless core colors that stand the test of time are permeating the entire home market, and consumers are really gravitating towards investment-worthy colors as well as investment-worthy materials. You can see right away how ideals of simplicity are really impacting furniture design for this shift, but the wow factor is not compromised at all whatsoever. It's rooted in easy minimalism, and this style offers a neutral modernity to furniture design. A striking blend of surreal structures and tonal accents create a harmonious dance of surfaces. Bent shapes and tubular forms combine with complementing materials such as raw wood and colored steel, maintaining a sense of unpredictability within the design. It's truly all in the details here. Design that captures the eye is what this entire shift is all about. For example, fluting is a very popular way of achieving this aesthetic. These rib textures are added to the facades of dressers and cabinets to add some visual texture to otherwise simple pieces. The use of modularity is another big component of this style because it allows for customization and for versatility. And this type of adaptability allows your furniture to grow and evolve with your changing needs, which is great for conversations of longevity and cross-seasonal styling. Curves and twists have also replaced some more linear shapes across the board because it feels a lot more comforting to the eye. And lastly, an appreciation for simple color blocking takes hold as consumers gravitate towards a renewed yet core color palette. A balance between form and function is also found in the reimagining of essential lighting design. Minimalistic lighting moves from sterile and impersonal to warm and inviting through the use of subtle texture, shape, and material play. Loops, ribs, and layered transparencies build a restorative space to help calm the senses. And this is where a lot of your conversations of well-being take hold. The rounded and curved shapes continue here in a variety of ways, from your spherical bases to your scalloped lampshades. We're also seeing this break free of the traditional confines of lighting structures happen, and we're playing with proportion and scale, which helps to take an ordinary lamp and completely transforms it into a work of art, as you could see with this middle image that has Not one, not two, but three bases, which is a little unusual from a lighting perspective, but it just transforms a simple piece into a really exciting and interesting piece of art. And lastly, we absolutely love the use of all over texture or material, such as this floor lamp that is wrapped from base to shade in a uniform velvet material. Talk about a visceral reaction here. Our fourth shift is called liminal. Awakened by uncharted territory in space, on land, and online, liminal introduces a lucid reality where the lines between digital and physical are blurred. Take a trip into the heights of the atmosphere. Let the dreamy pastels and electrified brights envelop you and inspire you to explore adaptive ways of digital living. Fantastical AI-inspired shapes and creative post-waste materials guide both aesthetics and innovations here. A future is materializing, where digitally augmented designs give opportunity to enhance spaces for the benefit of all. This season, the rapid rise of generative AI tools is met with a sense of eco-curiosity, sparking new Earth-centric innovations for the home. The increase of extreme weather patterns that we've been noticing and unprecedented events across the globe have really forced a recalibration of what it means for our homes to protect us. Consumers are definitely seeking smarter solutions that will protect them from all aspects of elemental change. The foundation of liminal furniture inspiration lies in the fusion of industrial with futuristic aesthetics. Unexpected pops of color punctuate the otherwise neutral palette, bringing life and vibrancy to each piece. A key feature of this design theme is the use of digitally printed graphics, which adorn surfaces with futuristic motifs. Materials take on a foggy, ethereal quality with translucent or frosted finishes that kind of blur the line between solid and ethereal. Furniture pieces that are charged with a icy chroma transform otherwise simple silhouettes, as you could see on the top left image. This powder-coated steel option allow for ultra-saturated hues to permeate these structures. Post-consumer waste is also transforming into actionable materials for furniture design. As showcased on the lower left-hand side, styrofoam is used to create a sturdy and well-designed product. We will continue to see efforts towards repurposing the waste that humans leave behind and save them from being sent to landfills. We're also seeing this material dichotomy take hold in other ways, as showcased in the middle here. Super strong and industrial materials such as steel are used in conjunction with soft and plush upholstery fabrics, which kind of adds just a really unexpected flair to some of your pieces. And lastly, we are playing with proportions and exaggerating depths for a futuristic and unexpected appeal. From the blurred lines of physical and digital living, a dreamlike state emerges for lighting design. Future-focused, fantastical lighting design utilizes AI-inspired forms and industrial materials to create an awe-inspiring atmosphere. Cool, diffused light and foggy glazed glass meets reflective silver metals for an otherworldly experience. On this page, bubbly shapes are taking form for chandeliers, task lamps, sconces, and more. It's actually a very versatile option for lighting, and it's been very popular at recent trade shows that our team has attended. A lot of these otherworldly configurations are also popping up in the design realm as well. They kind of look more like an art piece than they do lighting, but that's what makes them feel so unique and so special. And lastly, we are just seeing an influx of stainless steel material usage and chrome finishes taking over for the lighting category. Last, but certainly not least, is the Home Shift Delight, which invites a wonderland of creative experimentation into furniture and lighting design. Happy, humorous, and lighthearted interiors are taking over the design industry. In response to this exhausting socioeconomic climate, many have been pushed to prioritize a healthy dose of play in their lives, and that is what we are seeing here. Electric charged chromas, bold forms, and decadent textures collide to create an exhilarating escape from the static noise of everyday living. Luxury meets levity here in the pursuit of play, and childlike wonder is celebrated through elevated, artful design. We are certainly stepping away from an era of sameness as new technologies push design to new levels. Consumers will be drawn to offerings that provide them with an individualized experience across the board. Consumers are really looking to create spaces within their home that bring them joy, and this goes for people of all ages. Plush textures, visual surfaces, and playful shapes are really helping to update some more of your traditional pieces for an added dose of fun. The foundation of this design style is rooted in primary shapes and colors, bringing a sense of simplicity and nostalgia to everyday furniture items. Fun hidden details add a layer of surprise, while abstract artistry ties the theme together by introducing some more of your fluid shapes and imaginative patterns. Like smoothly carved blocks of ice, layers of resin create a whimsical arrangement to evoke movement. And as you can see here, that frosted transparency is displayed for this shift as well. Then, in contrast, notable pieces return with a very cozy and fuzzy update, converting the piece's curious looping shape in eco fur is a fresh take that provides animal-like comfort to some of your more traditional and highly elevated pieces. Then we have marble, which moves from staple to statement with the use of energetic colors and prominent breccia veins to really command attention from the user. And those metal inlays that you see on the side also work to create visual interest. Designs that feature interlocking elements are satisfying to assemble and experience, such as this neatly tucked dining set. And lastly, these candy-like forms, reminiscent of gumdrops, evoke childhood memories. Their almost edible quality delivers a playful spark to liven up your interiors. A desire to celebrate little moments of everyday joy infuses lightings with this playful personality. The conversation Ode to Joy highlights the rise of dopamine decor that seeks to brighten up spaces and create novel experiences and communicate individuality. Joyful and geometric lighting shapes add personality and humor. Happy design is amped up with color and whimsical details, as showcased throughout this entire page. A personal favorite of mine are these ultra slim configurations. Not only are they easy to fit into every space, but they are also transportable. They have this easy tap feature, which instantly turns them on or off for seamless use, and they could also be recharged. This is a great integration of technology for lighting design. And in the middle here, we have these sculptural pieces that are crafted with mixed media materials and varying shapes that really lend an elevated eccentricity to your lighting design for interiors. Lastly, are lamps made with all over prints. And these are kind of similar to the lighting that we saw in Repose, where it has this very seamless fabrication throughout. But in this case, the base and the lampshade both feature the same fabrication in this very bright and colorful, punchy option. And this could be applied for both tabletop and floor lamps. And that concludes the emerging trends in furniture and lighting for the fall/winter 2025-2026 market. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.